everyone, it's Luna! Before the video starts, please make sure you're subscribed. If you've not, it's totally free and it helps out the channel a lot. It'd make me really happy if you did. If you don't, I'll send your ass back to the Shadow Realm, you degenerate. Enjoy!
So, at the time of this video being posted, Halloween is right around the corner, which means it's spooky season. And what's better to do during spooky season? Playing some horror games. Not only are we playing horror games though, playing horror games with a buddy. Now, when it comes to the horror genre in gaming, there are a wide variety of titles that you can choose from to give you a good scare. However, some people can't go through that experience and they need somebody to tag alongside them, which I may or may not be one of those people, but I just don't like horror games in general, I'm sorry. That being said, having someone to play a horror game with you can create tense, anxiety-filled moments that have an enjoyment factor behind them. Whether it be online or through couch co-op, you're definitely going to have some screams, and you're definitely going to wake up everybody in your house. Or annoy your neighbors, whichever one comes first. When it comes to horror games, you have to decide which one's going to be the best. Look no further because you clicked on this video for that reason. I am going to give you 10 different horror games that you can play with your friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, family members, cat, dog, anything in between. I got you covered on that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off, we have Friday the 13th, the game. Now, when this game first originally came out, I remember it being a absolutely buggy mess. Lobbies were horrible. You couldn't get into a match. There was bugs in the game all over the place. When you hit Jason, he wouldn't go down, all that other stuff. Now, it's literally years later after the game came out, and it's literally in pristine condition, if you ask me. Literally played it the other day, and it was a lot of fun, not gonna lie. Obviously, it's based on the Friday the 13th movie series, where players are going to be hunted by Jason Voorhees, and they're tasked with escaping the camp from him. For any film fanatics out there, each of the maps are based on different locations in the film. Not only is pairing up with friends going to allow you to strategize and work together in order to escape, but it also allows you to have moments where you're going to be splitting up with each other and communicating through walkie-talkies that you can also find on the map, which can definitely put you on edge. Screams are definitely going to be had because literally you're just getting hunted by Jason. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. Literally, out of all the horror games that have been made off of a movie franchise, I would have to say Friday the 13th comes pretty damn close on being the best one. You should really try this one out. Honestly, it proves to be an absolutely terrifying experience, and yeah, you should give it a try. If an FPS game is more your style, then I got you covered because we got Killing Floor 2 coming up next on this list. So, if you don't know, Killing Floor 2 is a game where you have 6 other players and you go up against a big giant wave of undead monsters called Zeds, and you basically just have to fight to stay alive. There's going to be different rounds you have to survive in, and you have different type of special infected coming at you. There's like one giant dude with a chainsaw for a hand, and there's like some other like little crawling things that crawl around on all fours and jump on you, and like there's like a wide variety of zombies that can just like mess you up, and they all come at you like all at once. Like the rate they come at you is never ending, and it always keeps you on edge because you always get hit from the back, the side. Things can jump down on you. It's literally insane, not even lying. There are also a variety of weapons to choose from. There's classes. There's a lot of different variety to be had there, and sometimes it's best to strategize with your teammates before going into battle. With the Killing Floor 2, you might be asking yourself, do you have to play the first one to play the second one? Absolutely not. So you can just jump into Killing Floor 2 and have an absolute ball with whoever you play with. Like I said, it's anxiety inducing, keeps you on edge. What more can you want from a zombie killing game? Next, we have Phasmophobia, and the interesting thing about Phasmophobia is that you can also play it on VR if you want to spice some things up a little bit and really get the heart pumping. But basically, Phasmophobia is you have your own little Ghostbusters crew. You'll find yourself investigating different locations filled with different spirits and demons, and it's your job to basically exorcise them and basically solve the mystery of what ghost is present. The ghosts in the game are honestly really creepy. Also have multiple jump scare moments, which is really nerve-wracking. You'll always feel on edge as somebody is always watching you, and obviously with the whole sudden movements and loud noises, it's not for the faint of heart. But playing with friends can really be chaotic, as everyone will start freaking out if someone hears something whispering in your ear and the other person doesn't, and it literally immerses you as much as possible, especially with the VR mode. So you should definitely try out Phasmophobia. You probably thought Friday the 13th was going to be the only horror movie game making the list. Nah, because we got Evil Dead the game. Unlike Friday the 13th, Evil Dead has you in a 4v1 scenario as Ash and his friends are trying to vanquish some Deadites while the enemy players plays as the forces of evil. If you are also a film fanatic of The Evil Dead, you're in luck because there are several references to the film as well. The whole game is literally bloody and gory to the brim. Just like Friday the 13th, communication is key because you can't do everything by yourself. Strategy is the name of the game here, and if you try to go solo, you will definitely not survive. So The Forest is another horror game that I found myself playing later than when the title initially launched. And that's kind of because I was uninterested in it at first and I didn't really have a group of people to play it with. But once I found that said group, it was definitely a fun time and I kind of got mad at myself that I didn't pick up on it earlier. So The Forest is a survival nightmare for you and your friends as you find yourself stranded in a forest after a plane crash. You're left with minimal amount of resources, so it's up to you to provide for yourself. And that means you gotta kill some turtles, go fishing, chop down some trees, build a hut, and you're trying to create a little safe haven for yourself. Honestly, the game is really fun with friends again as you have to work together in order to survive, share resources, and not only that, but at nighttime, the forest itself is filled with cannibals and other creatures that are out to get you. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is what you would get if you took parkour and mixed it into the zombie apocalypse. You and your friend can roam the open world together and traverse rooftops while smashing zombie heads in the process. There's also a crafting system that allows you to combine and create a wide variety of different weapons that really do feel satisfying to use. Playing with a friend not only allows you to showcase your parkour skills, but your zombie killing skills as well, as you can enjoy the zombie onslaught together. However, when nighttime falls, you can guarantee a ton of screams and intense moments as you're chased through the city streets by feral zombies. You don't need to play the first one in order to play and enjoy the second one, so jump right in and have a fun zombie killing time. Next we have Dead Rising 2. Now, you guys are probably going to be like, oh Bubba, but there's a Dead Rising 3, there's a Dead Rising 4. If you ask me, Dead Rising 4 is absolutely trash, I hate it. Dead Rising 3 is kind of mid. And then you have Dead Rising 1, which is in co-op, so the common ground here is Dead Rising 2. So honestly, I think Dead Rising 2 is an amazing game. I played it with my brother constantly when it first came out. If you don't know what Dead Rising 2 is, you're basically surviving a mall before a bombing comes. And you have to be able to prove your innocence because people think that you started the zombie outbreak. Now, what better way to prove your innocence than with a buddy? Like I said, I played it with my brother constantly, and there's just so much you can do from literally multiple different ways to kill zombies. You can do it with a baseball bat with nails, a lawnmower, a plush animal. Like literally, there's a bunch of different weapons from like swords to like prop weapons, toys. Like it literally comes like down to like endless possibilities. So if you haven't tried Dead Rising 2 yet, please do. I'm pretty sure you can get it for the low somewhere for like maybe, I don't know, $10 max. The game's pretty old, but like I said, just because it's old doesn't mean it's not gold. God, that was cringe. Throwing it back with another classic, we have Dead Island. So Dead Island is different than all the other games on this list because it takes place on the beautiful tropical island of Vanoy. While the scenery and vegetation may be beautiful, the zombies on the other hand are the absolute complete opposite. You and your friends will find yourself going against different types of zombies in order to stay alive, and you also have an arsenal of various weapons. Co-op in Dead Island is literally what makes the game great in itself, as it's not only scary, but you also have to work together in order to try to save different survivors while also trying to escape the island yourself. It's bloody, fearful, and an exhilarating experience. What more could you want in a horror game? Like Dead Rising, it is old, so you can probably pick it up for the low. But with that being said, grab a friend and enjoy the bloody tropical vacation together. Now for starters, I will say when I initially played Dead by Daylight, I really didn't like it, but that was mainly because I played by myself and played with randoms who were always trying to play by themselves. But if you play with 4 other people, I promise you, you're gonna have an amazing time. Dead by Daylight to me is one of the most ambitious games on this list due to all the updates and crossovers that the title still receives till this day. Crossovers like Ghostface from Scream, Freddy Krueger, the Pig from Saw series, then you also have Resident Evil crossovers, Stranger Things. The list honestly keeps going on and on and on, and it's really, really amazing to see worlds collide in this one giant horror game. With the wide variety of survivors and killers are in the game, there really will never be a dull moment. You'll be anxious the majority of your time playing, you'll be screaming your heads off with your friends, and then trying to power up all the generators in order to leave can be a daunting task. If you haven't already, please check out Dead by Daylight. It's amazing, I love it, and it's the perfect game to play with your friends. Out of every single game on this list, Left 4 Dead is by far my favorite. Left 4 Dead is a timeless masterpiece that you should 110% play with friends if you haven't already. From the level design to the special infected that you come across, you'll always be involved in the action, and it literally combines into pure chaotic fun. The game also includes a versus mode that requires teamwork and coordination in order to win, regardless if you're playing as a survivor or a special infected. Left 4 Dead will have you experience pure terror and excitement at the same time. Despite the game being almost 13 years old, it still holds up and stands at being one of the best co-op horror games of all time. And if you have a PC, there's also mods that you can get as well, which will enhance your gameplay, tweak it up, making it even more scarier, more funnier, or I don't know, wackier, whatever you want. You want to go to McDonald's and shoot up a zombie, you can even do that. So, and with all that, those are 10 co-op horror games that you should play. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for 800 subscribers on the channel. We're making it big, and I appreciate you guys for being there with me. If you didn't know already, I live stream on twitch.tv/bubblelove007. I usually post my schedule on Twitter and on my other social media platforms, so you should follow me there if you want to see when I be streaming live, and you can just jump in and say hi. So what are you waiting for? Grab a buddy and go play some horror games.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me. Thinking about what could've happened or what could've been. Finally your face, I know ain't that a sight to see. Take my time, then take your clothes off one more time maybe. Acting like you don't recall it, ain't impressing me. Didn't come to see your friends, I know you came for me. Like your dress, but you fit better in my wrinkled tee. We moved on to newer things, but we got history. Put my feelings all aside, don't know what to make it right. Pictures popping on my mind, all these occasions, let's work it out with me. I don't think it hurts to give another try on it. Ain't nobody here know you like I do. Ask all your friends if they know about your side.